Unnecessary, excessive, and inefficient. Three perfect words to describe the 2023 Dodge Charger Hellcat Redeye Widebody Jailbreak. I know that is a lot of words to name a vehicle, but that is just what it is. So like I said, this is a 2023 Charger Hellcat Redeye Widebody Jailbreak, and you guys can see this one has got red everywhere. It's got the red exterior, it's got the red badging, it's got the red calipers, and it's got the red interior. So if you guys are looking to see an in-depth review of this vehicle like I normally do with pretty much every other vehicle, you know, that I do videos with, that is not what this video is. This video is so I can look back on my channel in 20 years. I'm going to duck down a little bit for the wind noise. That I can look back on in 20 years and be like, hey, you know, I got to experience a vehicle that made 807 horsepower out of a 6.2 liter supercharged inefficient V8 that came directly from a manufacturer that also makes economy cars. So without further ado, I think you guys probably want to hear what this thing sounds like. What's hilarious to me is that I've done a video with a few Hellcat variations. From the Demon, I've done the Redeye Widebody, it wasn't a jailbreak, and then I've also done the Dodge Challenger Superstock, and now this vehicle that I have behind here today. It seems like they all struggle to start up. I mean, every single one that I've been in has struggled to start up. It's been so funny, and that's because you got this big, massive, I mean, look at the engine bay. You got this 6.2 liter high output Hellcat engine that makes 807 horsepower and 707 pound-feet of torque with this particular vehicle. I mean, take a look at how this vehicle should not have this massive supercharged 6.2 Hemi. I mean, there is no room on this side and no room on this side to spare with that massive power plant that powers that beautiful exhaust note out the back, man. I love the way that the Hellcat engine looks. I mean, the Demon engine is actually just maybe a little bit cooler because it's got the red valve covers, but opening this up, you get that red eye on the supercharger lid. So cool. Man, what just an awesome vehicle. I mean, you know, it's the wide body, so you get these massive wheels and tires. I don't know the exact specs on them, but they are a 20 by 11 lightweight wheel. I mean, that is a extremely wide wheel. And take a look, you got a ton of traction out the back. Look at the back end. I mean, the booty on this thing is absolutely massive. I love the racetrack LED taillights that you get with the Charger, and I honestly feel like the Charger doesn't get enough love as compared to the Challenger. It seems like everybody wants a Challenger. I mean, there are a few people that do like the Chargers, but I feel like the Chargers don't get enough love in comparison to the Challengers, because what other vehicle has 4 doors, basically has a true muscle car engine that makes over 800 horsepower? I mean, absolutely insane that you can carry your newborn baby back here if that's what you wanted to. And honestly, like I said, you could totally daily drive this. Your kids can fit back here. They got that center fold down armrest, and honestly, quite a bit of legroom. I am adjusted behind myself. I'm 5'9". Look at all the legroom that I have. Look at all the knee room that I have. I got heated rear seats. I've got connectivity back here with 2 USB-A ports. I mean, this is legitimately a daily drivable vehicle. I know it gets abysmal fuel economy, but who cares? Like, who really cares? I know, like, if you've got the money to pay for gas and it's like nothing to you, then why would you not get one of these if you're looking at it? You know what I'm saying? So I know, like, it sounds like I'm trying to not sell you this, but I think all these reasons that I'm listing are going to sell you on it, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not a salesperson. I'm not trying to sell you this vehicle. I'm just telling you that this thing is just so ridiculous. You don't need it, but I know that you want it. So let's step into the driver's seat. I mean, you guys can take a look at the window sticker. This thing's still under $100,000. And when these things first came out, I remember just the regular Hellcat in 2015, they came out with 707 horsepower. And that was just like groundbreaking for a vehicle at that time, because that was almost about as much horsepower, or more than horsepower, than a Lamborghini Aventador, back in 2015, and I just remember being like, oh my gosh, 707 horsepower. I was 15 at the time. That was just absolutely absurd to me that you guys could get 707 horsepower, not only in a 2-door muscle car, but also in a 4-door vehicle that you could put your family in. I remember looking at these on the online and being like, man, I wish I could afford one of those one day. Still can't afford one yet, but maybe in the next coming few years. But I do want to show you guys just the experience of what it's like to start up one of these vehicles if you guys are looking to get one. So obviously you got the red push button start button, carbon fiber throughout, but see what I'm saying? They all like struggle a little bit, and I think that's a part of the charm to them, that struggle to start up. It's like, man, we got to start up a huge engine that makes a ton of power, and now it's just like shaking. The whole car is shaking from side to side. You can feel it. Oh my god, this is just, I know this isn't perfect, and I know the interior sucks, and I know that it's not like up to 2023 standards, but who cares? That's not what this is about. This is about the driving experience. This is about the drama. This is about the in-your-faceness of the wide body. This is about the in-your-faceness of the 6.2 liter supercharged V8 that gets terrible fuel economy but sounds so freaking good when you get on the accelerator. I mean, the gauges straight out of a 2015. Get the Alcantara steering wheel, you get the small little paddle shifters, but you get that big Hemi sound. Take a listen. That sounds really, really good, but I don't want to get kicked out. Last time I did a video with one of these, I got in a little bit of trouble with the park that I was filming at. So I don't want to make a whole bunch of noise because these things are very, very loud as stock. But I think that's enough of me talking. I want to take you guys on a little drive. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I have this thing in sport manual. I just wanna let you guys listen to it. If you guys want a little bit of supercharger whine, just roll that window down a tad and just take a listen to this thing cruising on these back roads. I know the back roads aren't where I know the back roads aren't this thing's strong suit, but still handles very well. This thing is just such a joy to drive. I mean, it really is, because it drives very well, very, very well. Turning radius, actually pretty good, even with those wide wheels and tires. Nothing will ever get old about that supercharger whine. It's beautiful. It really is. Listen. That minivan's kind of going at a decent pace. I mean, you know what's great about these cars is that you don't really have to get on them in order to have fun. Like, you really don't have to floor it everywhere to have fun. If you want to have a heck of a lot of fun, you floor this thing and you go to jail speeds very, very quickly. And I mean very, very quickly. I know, like, online, Hellcats, whether it be the Charger or the Challenger, get a ton of hate per se. It's just, people are always like, oh, they're boats, you know, they make power, but they're not that fast. Those people have never driven one. Never. I mean, just the way that this thing builds power, you can feel it just building power as the RPMs go up. It's something that is going to be missed for sure, because they're not going to be making these for that much longer. And we only have about like 6 months left in order to get your order in before production stops for the Chargers and the Challengers, which is going to be a very, very sad day. So, I mean, this is going to be the end of an era, because you're never going to be able to buy something with a massive V8 that's so inefficient but just so good to drive that you can carry your family around in. And that's why I wanted to do a video with the Charger today, is that I was thinking about doing a video with the Challenger, but I'm like, you know, everybody does videos with the Challenger. There really aren't that many videos online of the Charger. I mean, I know there are some, obviously, I know that, but do another little acceleration here. There's something about the sound of the supercharger and the exhaust that just, they mesh together, and it's just such a glorious, glorious sound. I mean, it literally is probably one of the better sounds on the earth. I'm going to give you guys another little acceleration, and then I'm going to end out today's video. But basically, I just wanted to make this video to say that if you guys are in the market for getting one of these and you're like, do I want one? Do I really want one? You do, and you should get one now. And that is the reason why. Just listen to that. If you guys want it to be a little louder, you can do a mid-muffler delete, and then this thing gets insanely loud. It handles well. It's not going to handle like a Porsche is, but it handles really well for what it is, and it's a great vehicle to have a lot of fun in. It's just the end of an era is really what it is. But I'm going to get on this highway. I'll do a little acceleration here, and that'll be it for today's video, I guess. Oh man, if this was my car, I would get in a lot of trouble, I can tell you that, because I would hear that exhaust note and whew, I just wouldn't be able to resist. But we're in auto mode, we're just cruising on the highway. We're at way under 2,000 RPM. We're at about 1,500 RPM at 63 miles an hour. So, you know, right now, we're pretty efficient. Like, not the most efficient, but for what it is, it's pretty efficient. Overall, this thing drives very well. It's on the firmer side of things. Obviously, you know, this is a sports car, but I could do a road trip from where I am at in Virginia to Miami in this car, and I could get down there very fast, by the way. But oh my gosh, this thing is just such a joy to drive. Every time I drive one of these, I feel so just lucky to be able to drive one, and man, it's just awesome to drive. If you guys are interested in this particular one, I will have Koons, Tysons, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Rams information in the description box down below. They have this one, and they have quite a few more if you guys are interested, as well as TRXs, 392 Jeeps. They have it all. So if you can't get your fix with the Charger or the Challenger, and you want something that's fast, that goes off-road, again, they got the 392 Jeeps, and they also have the Ram TRXs. As for my man, Danny E, he will get you guys hooked up with a good deal. One thing I didn't mention yet, and I have my POV hat on, so that's why my hair is all crazy, but I've driven this car just a little bit of time. See what I'm saying? And every, like, car that looks like a car enthusiast car, they all like rip it by you. That's happened like 4 times since I've been driving this car, and I've probably driven this thing like 15 minutes. So it happened with the Camaro, it happened with the Subaru, it happened with like an old Jeep Wrangler. It was just so funny. And those are the kinds of reactions that you guys get with cars like these. And that's why I hate to see the ICE engine die. It's so unfortunate. Everything's going to electric. There's not going to be that soul where this car has that soul. If you're a car person, you know that soul, that you know what I'm talking about. And this, it has soul. It really, really does. You know, it's not perfect. The way it starts up, it's not perfect. It's like it doesn't want to start, but when it starts, it's ready to go. And that's just what's so great about the Hellcat engine. So rest in peace to the Hellcat engine. You guys have 6 months left. I highly suggest, if you are in the position to buy one, absolutely do it, because you will not regret it. Believe me, these things, I think these things are probably going to appreciate as time goes on. I really do. But again, that's it for today's video. I know I said it was it for today's video, but that is truly it for today's video. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.